designated ugly fat friend. Now, what could possibly go wrong with this?
Dun it, dun it. Dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it, dun it.
I like that. It's gonna be my new theme song.
Dun it, Batman.
The DUFF. One of those films that kind of fly under the radar. There's not much talk about it. If you've seen it, you've seen it, and if you haven't, you just haven't. It is your typical run-of-the-mill teen Roma dramedy. And yes, that is a word. Now, this film comes with its share of criticism, understandably so, and praises. But there was one thing about the film besides the obvious that I found to be quite puzzling. But before I get into that, let me set the scene. We have three best friends: Jess, the hot and nice one; Casey, the hot and tough one; and Bianca, the one that's just there. Then enter the mean girl of the school, Madison. She doesn't invite Bianca to her party, but she invites the friends. And so the story goes. You know how it goes. This is how we are starting the film. Again, typical teen Roma dramedy. Then they give us the plot, the title of the film, and what it supposedly means. Wesley, Bianca's annoying next door neighbor, is inquiring about her hot friends. You know, the typical hot guy inappropriate inquiry in a teen Roma dramedy. Bianca's like, I am not their keeper. Why are you asking me this? And he's like, well, you're the DUFF. You're supposed to know these things. She's like, I'm sorry, the what? So he goes on to explain that she is the designated ugly fat friend. People go through you to get to them. That is your role in the group. And naturally, she gets offended. She's like, how dare you call me fat and ugly? Unwarranted at that. And he's all, oh no, it's just a figure of speech. It doesn't mean you're fat or ugly. You're just the one that doesn't look as good as the others in the group, so everybody filters through you. Now, let me put things into perspective here. The DUFF is based off of a novel of the same name that was published in 2010. Its author was 17 at the time that she wrote it. So it is from a young person's perspective. And I'm sure it was based on either her life or someone she knew, because I mean, that's what writers do. I'm not sure how much of the novel is included in the film. You know what? I'm rambling. I don't even know where I was going with the whole novel thing. Like, what? Okay, let's just address the obvious problem with the film, shall we? Now, some people may be thinking being called ugly and fat is the problem. I can't believe he said that. No, that's not the problem. First of all, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We all know this. Is calling someone ugly to their face messed up? Yeah, it is. And that is a problem in itself, but that's not what I'm focused on right now. Plus, I think she's cute. She just doesn't fit the classic beauty standards. It's just a difference in opinion. You may think somebody is the finest thing to walk the planet, and I may look at them and be like, girl, bye. The problem at hand here is the fact that the word fat is used as an insult that is not a literal insult, that is indeed insulting.
What?
Okay, the word itself has a negative connotation, right? For example, society tries to force that having any body type outside of thin is not the way to go. It's just not okay. But realistically, we all have different heights, hand sizes, feet sizes, hair types, skin tones. You get the point. So why would our bodies be exempt? And why would this one body type be unacceptable? That's a deep dive for a channel with more depth than mine. But it's pretty ridiculous when you think about it. We're starting to understand that, but like so many other things, we have a long way to go. But anyways, back to the movie. So after Wesley explains this to her, she's pissed. She starts noticing people treating her one way and treating her friends another way. She goes off on her friends, asking them why they never told her she was the DUFF. They're just like, girl, what in the tarnation are you talking about? And she's all, you know. So she unfriends them and goes on by her way feeling sorry for herself. This is until a huge, opportunity presents itself. In exchange for helping Wesley undumb himself, he will turn her into a duffless babe. That way, she can talk to this boy Toby she's been crushing on since forever and gain self-esteem, but mainly to get with Toby. Now here's what I find puzzling about the film. Going into it, I was under the impression that it would be a movie based around the friends, not her next door neighbor. Like, the whole setup was about where she ranks amongst her friends. Sure, we get a couple of scenes with them to get the gist of how she ended up paired with Wes, but I guess I would have personally liked to have seen what her arc would have looked like amongst the friends. Designated ugly fat friend, what it would be for her to go from a duff to a baddie, and how that would make her feel in the group. On the other hand, I can understand if the filmmakers didn't want to chance it for this to turn into a Bad Mean Girls knockoff. We can only imagine how that would turn out. Still, they could have worked it in, but whatever. So Wes takes Bianca on a shopping spree, trying on all these clothes that don't even match, has her talking to random guys in the food court who seem to have absolutely zero interest in her. I don't know, maybe because they were minding their business, eating their food. All of this to get her out of her shell. One guy actually approaches her, and guess what she was doing? Being herself. There was no extraness, trying too hard with the pickup lines. But of course, this doesn't fully register until much later. That would be too much like right. Unfortunately for her, her whole let down her hair moment was caught on tape and plastered everywhere by Wes's ex, aka the token mean girl of the movie, Maddie. Her friends, who she voluntarily stopped being friends with due to her own insecurities, take the video offline, but the damage is already done. Everybody has seen the video, even her little boo thing, Toby. So Bianca gets all in Wes's face about it, and he's like going along with the humiliation. And here's something else that puzzles me. They've been friends since they were babies, and I'm sure in that at times they were close and other times they weren't, just in waves. I get that. But it didn't make sense to have him not say anything in that moment. They've been out publicly together. Other people know they're cool, including his crazy ex. So even if there was a delay for a few seconds in him telling his friends to chill because he was deciding what side of the fence he wanted to be on, he should have said something. He later confronted somebody, but it's like, dude, you should have done this when everybody was around. But anyways, they make up, and Toby is all of a sudden interested in hanging out with Bianca. Okay, I probably shouldn't have said it like that because it honestly wasn't all that fishy, but at the same time it was like, why you want to get to know me now? So Wes comes up with this elaborate plan for her and Toby to go on this Dave and Buster's date. Give her all his player moves, runs down the game. But before she gets to the date, there's an interception. Hey, are you guys picking up on the wordplay here? Because I think it's pretty great. I mean, I'm not even trying. It's just effortless. Okay, let me stop. But in comes the feelings. You know, Wes has been spending all this time with B, as he calls her, and he's realizing how amazing of a person she is. Who would have seen this coming? But that's got to be put on hold because Toby is still to go. Side note, I forgot to mention, her mom is like this small town self-help author who has little to nothing to do with her daughter and her whereabouts. Anytime Bianca tries to have a conversation with her, her mom is like, so my book. And Bianca is like, girl, if you don't go on somewhere with that. Well, she doesn't say that exactly, but she wants to. Instead, she just sits there and listens. But anyways, it is date night. The moment she's been waiting for. Wes sees her and he's like, you look great, but you don't look like yourself. Dude, she's literally just wearing a dress. Let's not be dramatic here. But she makes it over to Toby, and date night does not go as she thought it would. For one, it's an intimate sit-down dinner at his house, not Dave and Buster's. So bye-bye to the play a game plan. But more importantly, it's not even a date because he isn't even interested in her. She was duffed, used as a buffer to get to her ex-best friends. And to make matters worse, she went to Wes to vent her heartbreak, and he's locking lips with the mean girl Maddie. So she reaches out to her friends to explain, and of course, they take her back. Her mom steps off her high horse, and they all convince her to go to the school dance. While at the dance, she finally breaks the ice and tells Wes that she's into him. He clearly wasn't gonna make the first move because he was too busy settling for less. It's so annoying when when people do that. Get into relationships out of convenience instead of just waiting for the right person. But I digress. Of course, in the end, they wound up together and she writes her article about embracing who you are. And everybody's like, yeah, I'm a Duff. I'm a Duff too. We're all Duffs. I think this film is funny. We've got some pretty funny characters in it. It's not a film to take too seriously, though like I said, the term Duff is a bit problematic in itself, but it's a fun film. Honestly, I saw this movie like once when it first came out, and I couldn't really remember. I knew I liked the film, but I couldn't remember if it was like a problematic film or what have you. So I kind of went into making this video with the notion that I was gonna like, and this happened, and this was wrong, and this was wrong, and this is wrong. But like I said, it's not a serious movie. It's nothing that you can really like take to heart like that. So that's why this video is kind of like I'm giving commentary a little bit, but mostly a synopsis. I will say that nothing really happened to make me feel like they liked each other. Everything was very subtle. A subtle inkling of jealousy when she went on her date with Toby. She was thinking about Wes when she was on a date with Toby. He kissed her when she was there for him while he was dealing with his family issues. I mean, all of these things count, but none were big moments. I guess it doesn't always have to be dramatic though, right? In real life, sometimes it's a gradual, low-key thing, then boom, you're in love. One thing that really works well in the film is the I'm not like other girls trope, because it's not overdone. She's not super smart or super tomboy or anything to the extreme. She's just her, and that's refreshing. Anyways, I'm rambling. The Duff. Have you seen it? What did you think? Do you identify as a Duff, or has anyone ever told you that you were? Or is there a friend in your group that you think to yourself like, yeah, you're a Duff? I'm curious. Let me know down below. For myself, I don't think of myself as a Duff. For some reason, people don't find me to be approachable either. Maybe we can unpack that later. But it's odd because I'm not super girly or super tomboy. I'm smart, but it's not like an obnoxious in your face thing. I'm Bianca. That's the best way I can put it. Maybe that's why I found her so refreshing, because I get it. And I always think it's funny in these high school Roma dramedies where it's like there are different groups of people and there's no mixing of the sort. But it's like, well, I was a Bianca. My boyfriend was a popular football player. I had diverse friends, one of which no one talked to but me and like 2 other people. How do you explain that? But I guess for the sake of movies, we gotta stick in the parameters. Oh well. Blush Bunny merch is linked below, as well as the podcast. Please follow the podcast, guys, and turn on the notifications. With all of that being said, if you haven't done so already, be sure to click like and hop on over to that subscribe button and hit the bell. Otherwise, YouTube will never show you my videos. As always, I'm all ears. Until next time, bye!